2, 1. Okay, guys, this is going to be the High Council meeting for August 9th, 2014. Reason that we're going to do this is because a lot of information within the clan is getting kind of skewed around from person to person, so we're going to be posting a lot of these more important High Council meetings on the website, so more and more people know exactly what's going on. They're actually hearing it firsthand rather than from somebody who says something about somebody else where they heard it from a meeting, blah, 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 blah. There's going to be good and bad here today about a lot of people that's going on in the clan, and I want to mainly put this on there so everybody knows exactly what to not, to do and not to do. That way they're not like, oh, well, I didn't know. Well, now you do know. You can go check it out. First thing, since Tryhard's got to leave here in a minute, I don't know if he heard in the last meeting when we said this, but the first issue is Aurora, and they're taking way too many people from other squads. Lambert, I know that you were the one that was supposed to be spearheading this, and instead Tryhard's kind of taking it over a little bit. That's the first thing I do not like. Tryhard, you're supposed to get everything authorized through Lambert. I already told you before, this was his, he was starting this, and he was going to kind of take it over and foresee that it actually goes up pretty quick, at least for the first 2 weeks. Not only that, but secondly, you are taking way, way, way too many people from other squads. You know this already. We've started you in Dynasty before, and it was the exact same consensus. You're not supposed to just take a bunch of people from other squads and then have, this mecha squad that, is brand new. That's not how we do it. You're spreading all the other squads too thin, for your prosperity at the moment, and that's not what we want. Granted, we do want, the new squad to continue to thrive and continue to gain members, but we do not want others to fail because of it. That is completely, contradicting what we're trying to do here. So from here on out, after today's meeting, I do not want you to transfer anyone else. You already have way too many people as it is. Normally what we do is we start out with a first captain, a GIT, and a general, and then other than that, you start recruiting on your own. That's what's supposed to be your consensus of starting a squad. And then you're supposed to get all your lowers and everything like that from the new people that you're recruiting into the squad. And then 2 weeks later, once you actually have your first squad review, then if you need people, if the squad's not going correctly or if anything of that nature is the situation, then we put more people in there depending on how it is needed. I know that Princess wants to follow you around, that's your sister, that's fine, but that's still considered a transfer. You guys pulled... how many people did they pull from just your squad, Snipe? Does anyone have his kick? I think they pulled 4 people from him. I mean, that's outrageous.
I think there was Exile, Moses ended up going back, Zevik Storm, Princess.
And I think there's one other one, correct?
I can think of.
Well, Moses went back because we made him. That was not a joyful decision for him, believe me. You can't take...
transfer,
I don't care if he requests people. You have to realize what he's doing in that other squad. They lost the general, they lost the first captain, they lost another captain. I mean, you can't just keep pulling people out of a squad that's still relatively new and then expect it to thrive. I mean, you're taking the whole hierarchy out of that squad and then starting shit with the last guy that's left. I mean, that's something that I cannot believe happened, and I cannot believe a majority of the higher-ups in here let that happen. And not only that, we're continuing to jump on the bandwagon, of F Dynasty, more or less. That's no longer happening. I don't care what other squad you pull from. Every other higher-up in here should know. And if you don't, this is going to be on tape, so you guys can all fucking go back and read it 100 times. The max amount of transfers you can pull from one squad is 2 people. That is max. And that is if they're under a GIT. I mean, we pulled the general out. First off, Tryhard was the general dynasty. We pulled him out and then just pretty much pulled everyone below Snipe, leaving Snipe by himself in a squad that is still trying to grow. I mean, that squad, literally, we're giving it no chance. I mean, you're taking a squad that is on a good route and really, sidelining it completely. To put off for another project that's going on. And I understand, hey, we want another squad to thrive. That's awesome. That's cool. But more or less all we're doing is leaving all the lower people in a squad and then sending that entire squad to another squad to start anew. And I mean, that's not how we do it. What we do is we pull a few select players from all the other squads, and then you create this nice, good organizing squad and leave all the other ones virtually unchanged. That's the key to starting a squad and starting it and continuing it correctly, not to just completely screw it over. And Tryhard's not alone here, and this is what I wanted to kind of more or less go into. The Snipe Sally Moses situation. And First Lord, we'll get on to you next in a minute, but I wanted to get this taken care of first so Tryhard can go ahead and leave. Moses and Snipe Sally, you guys are going to have to get along regardless. You guys are in a squad at the moment where that's really all that matters is the thriving of your current squad. Because I'll tell you guys right now, when a squad takes over and gets new people, it's all riding on you guys. I know that you wanted to transfer because a majority of your previous buddies that were in your squad transferred over, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for you, and you went about it ineffectively and wrong. You cannot go through a different chain of command that doesn't exist and then just say it's okay and jump over there. I know that Tryhard's trying to get this squad, up and running and on a good note, but you did it very poorly. You do not pull from one squad. That's why you need to be in contact with your major in training, and especially your co-division leader, if you're asking for more people. I mean, you guys are at 27 people already in 4 days, so obviously you have no problem getting this going. So therefore, there's no need to pull that many people out of a squad, especially when everybody else in these other squads are already helping you recruit. I mean, that's one of the biggest facets here in the moment, is because, you have 30, 40, 50, 60 other people helping you recruit at the moment, and yet you still feel the need to pull kids out and create your own structure. You're supposed to keep that structure, within your own squad. So, I mean, you should have pulled, Princess and one other person out, and that would have been the end of it, and then you guys would have been able to start your squad off and get some people. That's how you get new, fresh faces up throughout the ranks. Tryhard, what's up?
May I say something? Initially, I was just going to pull like Exile and Princess, but Moses informed me he didn't want to stay there underneath Snipe because he didn't figure he was going to be a good general or whatever the reason was. And then Zevik Storm, the only reason he wanted to transfer was because, as I'm told by Exile just now, he texted me, he said that Zevik Storm was going to quit the clan if he was left under Snipe.
I don't believe
that was the only reason that took more than 2 people.
I don't believe that. Okay, it doesn't matter. You've been general long enough to know that you can't just take everybody when they want to transfer, because obviously if they don't like a certain person, and that's simply because that he's above them in rank, I don't care if you don't think that he's going to be a good leader. Give him a chance to prove himself. I mean, Moses, especially you, man. I mean, you can't just completely bail on somebody because you figure that you guys are probably not going to get along. That's not how it works, unfortunately. You at least have to try it out. And if a few weeks into it, you're not getting along, you're not doing what you need to do, then you can come forward and complain, and then we'll straighten things out. But until then, this is a community clan. Learn to get along with one another, or don't expect a position of power. That's simple, straight to the point. You guys are, at the ranks where literally the biggest thing that matters is, cooperating with one another, period. I mean, there's really nothing else that you guys need to do more than just cooperate with one another to keep a squad running. I mean, if your squad's already on its feet, already gaining members, already got new faces in, all you have to do is get along, keep everybody happy in the squad. And yet you're not doing that because you guys are constantly causing controversy between one another, at each other's throats over stupid shit that you're not even sure was going to happen. I mean, Zevik Storm, I do not believe at all that he was going to quit. He would have came to us first off and said that he didn't like his situation, whatever the case may have been. But what did happen is he came to you and said, hey, I'd like to join your squad. And you said, fuck yeah, come on over. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know what the hell the situation was because everybody was letting me know on Kick. And believe me, everybody was letting me know. That's why this came to my attention. Jesus?
Dangle is messaging me on Kick, so speaking for him, just reading his message. Tell Gods that I said people also recruit for other squads and other squads, so he didn't have to pull Exile out, my best recruiter.
I'm aware. That's why when you guys were trying to suspend him for being pissed off at Exile, I declined it. Just because somebody's mad at somebody else in a squad because he got screwed over. I mean, he literally got the short end of the stick, in the most 100%. Amount possible. And he's pissed off about it, and, everybody just expects him to, sit down and take it. Well, no, bullshit. He can express his opinion to people, and you guys can either take it. I mean, this isn't fucking high school anymore. You guys aren't 7. Take a goddamn a review and criticism, take it and respond to him. I mean, if it's that big of a situation, I understand that, you guys are mad or whatever, but you're already taking a negative situation and just trying to pound it into the ground harder. Irish, go red. This is a high council meeting.
Okay.
Try hard.
Alright, last thing I'm going to say
he was upset about me taking his best recruiter when that squad's already like almost 80 members. This one had 0. So
not only it was his best
why
recruiter.
don't I get a good recruiter on
well,
my
yeah,
side?
but see, it's not up to you. That's what he's pissed off about, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's not up to you to take his best recruiter. Whenever we're trying to transfer people out, what do we always say? If you would like to transfer, talk to your general and see if it's okay, and then you talk to the other general and see if it's okay, and then we'll exchange people and help out another squad. It's not just, hey, I'm in another squad, I like this guy, I'm pulling it out. No, it's not. It's not between him or Moses at all. It's up to Snipe who he wants to send to you. Period. I don't care what you want. Unfortunately, in your squad, you're in a new squad for a reason, to see if you can lead a squad singularly and actually get that thing to thrive. It is up to us who we give to help you out. Granted, you can choose anybody you want, but if the situation is right and that squad can survive without that player, then we will send them to you. It's not who you want. This isn't an NFL draft. We're trying to actually create squads here that thrive. Jesus.
I was just gonna say that every time Dangle wants to speak, I'll just go purple.
That's fine. Okay, so that's what I wanted to clear up between everybody. I'm not going to continue to beat this into the ground because we have for the past couple days and it's getting old. Moses, this is the last time I'm going to let you know about this. You know, if you guys can't get along and it continues to be a problem, I'm not just going to end the conversation with you going to Try Hard Squad. It's not going to happen. Either you guys continue to help that squad out and then we'll split you up at a different, crossroad where it's, good for the clan. I don't care if you guys don't like each other. You can still work together to create a good squad. So everybody else that's jumping on the, screw Snipe Selly bandwagon, I'm telling you now, cut it out. We're trying to go for the, survival of this clan, not for, kicking one member out or kicking him while he's down. That's not going to happen. Unless Snipe Selly stops doing his job, his numbers decline, and his squad goes to absolute shit. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to deal with it. He's worked hard enough to get where he is now. Just deal with it and accept that he's a general now. Give him the respect that he deserves like you give every other general. Lambert.
I just want to say, sorry, Snipe. I should have been more involved in the starting out of this squad. But after Wednesday night, when I opened it, Thursday I couldn't send any messages out on my Xbox Live profile. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't send anything out or anything, and I had no idea that they were transferring members from other squads over. I told Tryhard, try and find like a GIT, someone who he trusts and stuff, and would bring him over, depending on who it was, of course. And that's pretty much all I was going to give him, because that's usually what you do when you start out a squad. I had no idea they were transferring over multiple members. I wasn't informed of any of it, but no.
Like 4 of my team members.
Even though I was supposed to be spearheading this new squad, I wasn't informed about anything, and of course the general is the leader of that squad, but I'm spearheading it for the first couple weeks. I expected a little bit more collaboration, I guess. I think that should have gone without me having to reiterate it after the first opening of that squad.
Okay. Jesus.
I would have informed you, but you weren't online.
Lambert, Dangle says it's
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I'm
Lambert,
not on or not.
Lambert, you just need to
send
get a
me
kick.
message.
You just need to get a kick already.
Yeah, he was asking
What is
for
a
his kick too.
Like,
It's just a messenger
Okay,
app.
you look
It's
it up
literally
in
just a
the
messenger app
in the
for your
market,
email.
and you spell it like retards spell it. It's K-I-K because apparently they can't spell either.
Well, is it on the iPod?
It's on anything.
Yep.
What do you have to have like a certain iOS? My
smartphone.
iPod's ancient.
No, I have an Android and it's on there. It's on the market. Anything you have. It's just a messaging service, but it's easy and it has
I'll
everybody
look
in
it
there
up
and
and
you
see
can
if I
get
can
groups
get it.
together and it's cool. Okay. On to the next thing. I'm
Honestly,
done with it. I'm done with it. Everybody, I don't care. If you got anything else to say, put it in your pocket and set it on fire. I don't care. All right, next issue is going to be First Lord. Scotty, is this going to be you or your mom talking?
I'm gonna go ahead and leave now.
Scotty.
If I unmute.
Is it going to be you or your mom talking?
I guess I'll be talking.
Mom.
I mean, don't need my mom talking right now. You guys already
Damn
heard
it.
from her.
All right, it's going to
Do
be
you
Scotty.
want my mom to talk?
Well, I mean, no, I'm kidding. Okay, let's continue in this. All right. First off, we're going to go ahead and have the major speak on behalf of what the situation was, and then we'll kind of go over exactly what needs to be done and the action that we go ahead and take. I think this is honestly, water under the bridge, but we'll go ahead and look into this because multiple people were wanting to. Bong or Gutsy, do you have anything to say regarding the matter, or really Jesus for that matter?
Not really. I'm good.
All right, Bong, go ahead.
Okay, well, basically, Scotty, I mean, Jesus and I have been giving you a lot of chances. We wanted to see you succeed, and regardless of your situation, you should have just said, hey, look, I'm not going to be able to be here, instead of just missing some meetings. And you didn't respond to a lot of my kick messages. And unfortunately, I really want to see you succeed over in Resolve, because I know you didn't, No Mercy, because you didn't necessarily get that chance to be general over in Rebirth. So I figured you both were up for, you're both solid contenders for a general position at the time of Rebirth, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to let you shine and really prove yourself in No Mercy, regardless of how you, what kind of homework and stuff you have. And obviously your mom really wants to try to help you too. I mean, from what she sounds like, you just should have told her, look, dude, I'm setting up my meetings on these days, these times. So I need to do my homework, obviously, and everything else. So you do that, then you have your meetings at these times. It's just like if you had to do a job or anything else, you set up the times and make sure the shit happens. And it shouldn't even be this much of a debate about what happened, this or that. As a general, this should just be happening. And taking that responsibility, you should have been able to meet those requirements. You just should have never decided you want to be a general if that's the case. We wanted you to be. We wanted to give you that chance, but, you weren't proving it at the time. And, I'm glad you made this meeting, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. I could really care less about all who said this, that. Basically, I had to freaking step in, as a major and help your squad. Obviously, I had to talk to Jesus and everybody else just to even make some of these things happen. So it cost me a lot of extra time just to get your squad into order. And it cost me to have to go to leaders and do this and that to even make this happen. So I'm quite disappointed with where you're at right now. But, obviously we're going to have a general consensus here with a number of our high council members about what exactly should. That's my say. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, let me go ahead and step in then. Wheezy, do you have anything positive to contribute, or you just like the color yellow?
Seriously?
Okay, that's what I thought. Go back red.
No. I do have something to say though.
All right, what?
At the time when First Lord has been offline, I've had to step up from First Captain immediately to GIT without any training. What y'all have like?
You've had no training. You were a previous general.
Well, time out. I know.
Time out. Is this football?
4. I have retained some information. I've tried my best to do that, but I'm still in.
Okay, well, regardless, let me take over. Give me a minute. Let me take over because I have something to say in regards to this. Okay, first off, this is the whole reason we have a ranking structure. I know that it pisses people off because they have to do something, but Bong, unfortunately, that is what your job entails. That is why you are in the position that you're in case the situation crops up to where a general cannot perform their duties, the GIT is immediately supposed to take over. In this specific case, you guys didn't have a GIT at the moment, but you did promote one into that position. Now, if the case ever comes about where that doesn't happen or something can't happen, Knight Rider should be the one fulfilling First Lord's duties. So I don't want to hear it. Unfortunately, guys, real life prospers over this. And I know a lot of you guys, you really take this seriously, and I understand I take it more seriously than a lot of you guys in here, but the situation is this. You cannot map out anything that's going to happen in real life. You cannot do it. So you have to just kind of take everything in stride, and that's the whole reason why I created this ranking structure as such to where it helps anything and any possible situation come about at hand. Is his squad slightly struggling because of it? Yes. Is the right moves being taken to prevent that in the future? Yes. I'm understanding where, you're frustrated to where he can't respond to your kick messages or whatever the situation may be, but it's your job to fulfill anything that needs to be taken care of in the event that he cannot. Now, when he comes back, that's why we're having this, but I don't want to hear you ridicule him over you having to do something when that's your job. You can't do it. If you're doing it, that means that you're complaining to everybody in here about what you have to do already. And I don't want to hear that because there's tons of people in here that have to do the exact same thing. And it's not going to happen to that nature. If he cannot fulfill his meetings, if he can't show up to whatever he's doing, and if it's because of schoolwork or anything that he has real life going on, then we have to understand that and make the proper moves to fulfill anything that's going to happen within his squad. I understand that his mom got on and is all pissed off about it, and I understand that because she can actually make the exact same argument that I'm making now. I mean, I have the Air Force stuff going on for me, so I know exactly what situation he's in. For me, things are day to day. I don't know what's going to happen. I could get a call tomorrow saying that I have to go off for MEPS or I have to go off for whatever I have to do, and then I won't be on for a couple days, and I won't be able to tell anybody what's going on. I mean, if that situation crops up, we have a ranking structure that is going to allow people to step in and be able to do something. And I understand really the only person we should be honestly yelling at for what the situation entails would be Knight Rider. Knight Rider's in a position where he is supposed to take over as an MIT for any general that cannot fulfill their duties. Now, granted, that's why we're having this meeting now, is to see if First Lord actually violated any of his duties as a general, or if he violated anything of that nature, and if so, we'll go by code of conduct and we'll see what's necessary. But me personally, I think, everybody's getting way, way over the top, overreactant about it because of other people not stepping in and doing what they're supposed to do. Bong, you shouldn't even have to be really over the top filling in for anything he's doing because that's what your MIT's for. But if your MIT can't do it, that's when you step in. And I mean, you can't really, smite him for something like that. For putting, it's your job in the first place to help him get a GIT in position. He's obviously supposed to be the one that's actually going to say, hey, I like this kid, I think this kid's doing well, here's my pool of people, but I think so-and-so should get it. And then as, a major and a major in training, you guys get him in there, you give him the GIT quiz. If he passes, you put him in, period. There's no, oh, well, this kid's not doing his job too much, and now I have to go do this, fuck you, you're getting demoted. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Bong, what do you got to say?
Oh, well, basically, I stepped in as a major and did what I had to do. And I kind of got some ridicule from people about it, and I'm like, well, that's my job. So, that's where I kind of got frustrated because I was being told, well, why are you doing that as a major? When I'm like, well, I have to do this as a major because if this shit isn't getting done, it makes me look bad. So, I mean, First Lord, I just wish I would have had more communication from you. To be like, look, dude, I got schoolwork. I can't do it. I have real-life situations that came up. That's why I couldn't do it. Just it takes 2 seconds to send a message. Just let me know. So that's why, we're having this meeting, obviously, like God says. I'm frustrated, I guess, the fact that I didn't get the communication that I needed. It would have made me feel a lot better, like you weren't actually just blowing this whole thing off. Because I honestly, ultimately, bottom line, I just want to see you succeed as a general. And I'd like to see Wheezy be a good GIT for you. I know Wheezy wants that general position, but if you just need to let us know so that way we're not like, oh, well, if First Lord's just going to go complete MIA and not talk to us, I don't want to have to be having a meeting like this. I want to have, and like, say you couldn't even make this meeting. I could be like, well, Gods and Jesus and Knight Rider.
I'm going to step in real quick.
Wheezy,
I'm going to step in real quick. He actually just sent me all the messages between you guys. I don't see anyone where he's not responding. I mean, unless you're talking about like extremely recently, but all the ones that I'm getting, and this are from Kick, were all from the 28th on. And it seems every question you're asking, he's actually replying to. I take that back. There's also one.
I have more screenshots, but.
Oh, my bad. I dropped the old controller. I have them all the way from the 25th all the way up until Monday, and then past Monday. I mean, he's replying to everything you're asking. You're asking if anybody's getting transferred, who's thinking of transferring. He's talking about Assassin and the other one. You asked if he updated his squad list. He said, yeah. He said he's definitely down for a transfer. He offered him a second captain spot. I mean, this is the whole conversation. There's really nothing that warrants...
Yeah, it was up basically until Monday. Monday is where we kind of lost communication.
Well,
I sent him a message. It said meeting, ? And then I believe Jesus had sent a message for it to be on Thursday this week. And then on Wednesday, I believe he wasn't able to make that officer meeting. And then Thursday, he wasn't able to make that meeting. That's where I started having problems, and I had no response.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, your code division, Jesus, did you hear anything about this majorly? Because I know me or Lambert has not.
About what?
About the whole First Lord situation.
About the inactivity, or about the message?
Everything.
Alright, well, I have heard of his inactivity. I've been firsthand to it when I was major. And then, after we have given him multiple warnings, then Bond came to me and he wanted to see him demoted.
Well, then my first
which, I
question,
mean, I understood.
is this. Has anyone come to him about the inactivity? And Scotty, I guess this is for you. Have any of them come to you about the inactivity? Because I see no reply in any of these messages saying the sort. Not even one message in here about several days of, hey, why aren't you showing up to your meeting? Hey, why aren't you doing your meeting? Hey, why are you not doing this? I'm going to have to suspend you now because everybody knows there's this 3-strike suspension rule. I'm sorry, but if you're above a general and you don't know the 3-strike suspension rule, please let me know now so I can demote you on spot. But no one at all demoted him. No one at all suspended him. No one at all reprimanded him in any way, shape, or form. And now we're supposedly having a meeting.
I will find the kick.
Okay, well then send me a screenshot of something regarding that, because we shouldn't even be having this if no one has reprimanded him at all in any form of, hey, do this, hey, do that, or you're suspended. Because if that's not the situation, then Wheezy, I don't care at all whatever shape, form, or is going on, then it doesn't matter. If he was never actually have you ever been suspended is what I'm asking you, because you have to be suspended 3 times, and this is specifically due to inactivity. This is why we set this up. You know, you guys are doing your jobs, and I understand, you know, that's why we have this ranking structure, and you can't lie. I mean, unfortunately, yes, Bong, you had to do something because Knight Rider wasn't there to do it, but you're doing it exactly how the ranking structure says to do it. So no one can really complain over the top that things aren't getting done, because you guys are doing them according to the ranking structure and according to the exact plan. If somebody can't do something and it is going extremely to rank and to position of what you're supposed to do. The only thing that's not happening is there's no general in training that is stepping up and doing their job, and there's no major in training that is taking over. But there is on each end of the spectrum now, the major's taking over and doing everything he's supposed to do, and from a lower standpoint, you guys are getting a general in training in to do what he's supposed to do. I mean, has any squad lists not been posted, or has any meetings not taken place, period, due to his absence, is what I'm asking.
Well, yeah, it was even a while back that there was a couple meetings he wasn't at. So, I mean, this has been like
not that he's not at. I want to make sure that his squad is still getting together and having meetings. If that's not happening, then that's
we're making that happen.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying then, because if he's not doing that and he's not showing up to meetings, that's one thing. If his squad isn't having meetings, period, then that's another thing. That means that no one is doing their job, but everything's going according to plan. Everything's going correctly. I think everybody's just kind of overreacting. If it was by Monday, that's when the inactivity started, that means in less than a week, you guys are going over the top about him not being active and him not doing things. I understand he's not showing up to meetings. That's fine. But if he's not showing up to his own meetings and he's online, I mean, you guys have been over this tons of times when we've been in here and we've went over the code of conduct. If you're online and you don't have an excuse, show up to your meeting. If you have an excuse and you have a reason as to why you cannot attend your meeting, let somebody know ahead of time, and then it's considered an excused absence. First Lord, you know this for a fact, and I already know you do. I mean, on Bong's end, you can't come out towards the end of it once everything's said and done and over with and saying, hey, this is why I couldn't do something. I mean, you're replying to him quite a bit in these. At any point in time, I mean, I don't see any where he's complaining about inactivity, and I'm sure Bong's going to send me one here in a minute, but
they're all heading your way.
Okay, on the other end of that spectrum, you know, if he's actually asking you about inactivity and everything, I want you to reply telling him the situation then and there, because, I mean, you're obviously free enough to reply, you know, letting him know what's going on. So at least letting him know as to why your inactivity is even happening. That's more of the situation. And this is what's going to happen, plain and simple. Everything, I mean, I'm not going to suspend him over, you know, 5 days of inactivity. It's not going to happen. You know, that's when you guys really started messaging each other, apparently, is in the last 5 days about it. And I'm not going to suspend over that. I understand it's whatever, but Jesus, I mean, do you have anything else to add about the situation at hand, or Lambert for that matter?
No, other than I was aware that he was not suspended, and I know that I couldn't demote anyone, so I went up and I just used the chain of command from Bong to me to Lambert. I asked the question, then relayed it back.
Well, I mean, he was temporarily suspended until we could have this meeting. What happened?
Well, I don't even know where that suspension came from, because I asked Lambert about the demotion.
There was no demotion, just a temporary suspension until we could figure out what's going on with his inactivity. because
I
he
had no
wasn't doing it.
idea about any suspension or anything. And as far as I'm concerned, the No Mercy in itself has been growing.
Oh
When
yeah,
Phantom
dude.
Wolf when Phantom Wolf left, it was at like 70, and
Okay, well,
or I think it
I
dropped
just
into the 60s,
I just read
high
Bong's.
60s.
Here's the situation, guys. I just read Bong's messages. There's nothing in there telling him, that you're suspended if you don't do this, and you never pointed out anything specific that he's not doing. So I'm letting this. This is going to be it. First Lord, you have to make your meetings, or you have to at least give reasonings as to why you're not making them. Period. You're the one that's supposed to come up with your activity and what you're actually going to go over content-wise. And if you can't do that, obviously, you're enough to message. Wheezy's on kick. He's going to be your new GIT. Tell him what he needs to go over, and that's his job as a general in training. He has to hold meetings. He has to do things in your place. The major and major in training shouldn't have to be stepping in, but had the need arise, they do. And that's exactly what happened. So the code of conduct and the actual ranking structure is going perfect. That's good. But on the bad news is they don't want to see you just fall off the map and not say anything about it. I'm letting you know now you're officially on warning. This is not a suspension, but you are on warning. If next week we come back and nothing's changed and you're doing the same thing and you guys are all both just beating around the bush about it and not showing up to meetings, not posting your squad list, you will end up getting suspended for it. I'm not going to go around the code of conduct and vote for a demotion over when no one else was even suspended or warned of suspension. It's not going to happen. You guys don't want to do the code of conduct right. I'm not going to, screw somebody else over because of it. Plain and simple. So that's what we're going to end up doing. First Lord, you're on warning. Make sure at least you're telling people what's going on. You have to forget, at the end of the day, this is your squad. If you cannot budget your time and you cannot actually, contact other people and inform other people within your own squad of what's going on or what you would like to see happen within your own squad, then you shouldn't be running a squad. I understand, that's what I said earlier. Everybody's got life issues. I understand more than a lot of people in here about these life issues. So just make sure that everybody is informed and able to continue with the squad prospering, rather than just, say, oh, hey, guys, fuck off, I got some shit to do. You can let everybody know what's going on and still continue to do well within your squad. Does anybody got any counter statements? What's up?
I had been telling people when I wouldn't be able to make things as soon as I knew. Most of every day that I wasn't on Halo, I'd tell Jesus himself over text why I wouldn't be able to make it.
That's why you're not suspended. I don't doubt that you didn't, and that's fine. I don't doubt that. That's why you're not suspended. I'm just telling you now, you need to be more vocal with just not, your code division leader. You're not using the chain of command in that instance. The chain of command for you would be everybody around you. Well, Wheezy, if he did tell you, then why the hell didn't you tell Bong? Because Bong is the one that's mainly perturbed here about, not being informed about it. And if he's telling you why he can't attend these meetings and why he can't do other things,
He's told me a few times. He's never told me this.
Bong, has Wheezy ever informed you while he did?
I have not. That was my fault.
There you go. No. So everybody needs to be a lot more vocal with what's going on with your own squad. Wheezy, you cannot expect to become the general of a squad when you yourself cannot be vocal to your major about it. Everybody needs to inform everybody on what the hell is going on, especially before we have to get to a point of a high council meeting depending somebody's demotion. It's not going to happen when nobody else is using the ranking structure either or the chain of command. If that was the instance, then Wheezy, everybody else, Knight Rider, you'd all be lumped in the exact same boat with getting demoted over the same stupid shit. Just be more vocal so we can get these squad things going. Okay. Next thing is, let's see. We already went over him. Alien Donkey, Exile, Moses. This one's all to you guys. I wanted to be very specific. There's a lot more people that's not in here right now. But you guys are in the higher end spectrum of, and especially, is Snipe still in here?
Yeah. Oh.
I don't see him. No, I think Dangle's gone. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking to my kick though, so I
You
can
guys
get
in
information.
specific, all of you guys, need to drop the shit. I don't care what vendettas you have. We went over this a little bit earlier, but it was more about squad transferring. But I wanted to keep you guys in here. Especially Donkey. I've been in a couple parties with you here in the past couple days where I had to check you on your shit immediately. This is a community clan. It's all about respect. If you guys don't want to be respectful towards your fellow clanmates, I don't know who's talking, but shut up. If you don't want to be respectful towards your fellow clanmates, then I don't want you in here, period. Unfortunately, douchebags will slide under the radar and get into this clan very often. But that's what we do is we search out for these kids, when people are complaining to me about, you being over the top. And in this specific instance, every one of you have complained about each other. And I don't know what the hell is going on, Alien. A few more people have complained about you than others. But here's the situation. You guys need to watch your shit. I'm so sick and tired of people having to come complaining to me like I'm a goddamn principal, and you guys are little schoolmates running around making fun of each other. I don't care what the situation is. Be professional about it, or don't be in the clan at all. You guys are higher ups. You're at the position now where that shit should be above you. I mean, it really should. I mean, you should realize what's good, what's bad. You'd be able to actually take the high road on a lot of these situations and work with one another for the prosperity of this clan. I cannot say that enough. I think I've already said it 15 times in this single High Council meeting alone. You guys, I don't care if you guys don't get along on a personal level. You're not here, specifically in your squad to be buddies. You guys all have different friends that you hang out with within the clan. I understand that. That's why I understand a lot of you guys want to transfer from squad to squad, but it doesn't mean once you're in a different squad you can't hang out with one another. If that was the case, then there wouldn't be 900 people in this clan. Plain and simple. If you guys can't, I mean, this is a lot of situations where, think of it as a work situation. You're at work. I fucking hate most of the people I work with. I really do. But I deal with it. Because it's fucking a job. It's something that I personally do to benefit myself. And in this case, you guys are in here. You guys have put forth the time and the effort to get up to a position where you're at to benefit the clan and to benefit what you're personally doing. So therefore, if you're going to compromise that because you hate fucking Fred and accounting, then you're going to get demoted. Doesn't matter if it's a clan situation or a work situation. If you can't get along with somebody and you're causing unwanted controversy, you're going to get demoted. And I'm letting you guys all know this because none of you are different on any of this subject. I don't care who's doing it more than the other. You guys are all on watch. I mean, there's a lot more people that aren't here today, but essentially, I want you guys to just put all the petty shit behind you. And if you guys are arguing too much with one another and it gets to the point where you cannot handle it, especially you guys that are in different squads, get the hell out of the party. Cease communication. If you don't have to work with somebody, don't. I mean, you guys do that on a daily basis with kids you don't like when you're in matchmaking, or if you're in a custom game, you say, this kid's a douchebag, I'm not going to talk to him, but yet you're going to say, oh, this kid's a douchebag, but he's in my clan, so I'm going to sit there and ridicule him to the point where he wants to leave or come to complain to the creator about what's going on. That's not going to happen anymore. I mean, I'm going to start taking these complaints a lot more seriously, especially when I look into them. Not just the person that's complaining, but the person that they're actually complaining on as well. The person that's complaining 9 times out of 10 is just as bad as the person that they're complaining on. They're just actually having the gall to actually sit there and bitch about it.
I want to show you some. Did you feed Cinnamon?
Yeah. But, Lambert, I want you to go ahead and go over new plans with the squad, and then when we get back, we're going to go ahead and do Wheezy's quiz, and then we'll wrap this up.
What?
Go over plans for the new squad?
Yep.
Okay, well, pretty much, we're just gonna be recruiting for the new squad, bump it up to, basically recruit for them till they get to like 40.
Hey, sorry, hold on, my bad.
Or something like that.
I'm butting in. Jesus and Lambert, I also want you guys to do a question and answer while we're in this High Council session. Anybody that has any general questions about anything of rank, I want you guys to ask them now. That way we can get everything out in the open now and get everything debated. I'll be right back, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Wait, gods, wait 1 sec.
What?
What are we going to do about rebirth?
We'll go over that in a minute.
Oh, and Bong, that was in regards to just transferring with people. He said I was online.
Okay, so you'd rather us as majors just handle that, and then once you get back on, inform you? Is what I'm getting from that?
Just send me a message. I get on every night. Like,
oh, he didn't message
online.
me about a lot of that, so I'll send you a message whenever I get some. I mean, because I tell him to go to his major and trainings in his division. That's not even really,
Well, I'm spearheading that squad, so I should have been part of that. I mean, can't just say,
I told him no on just about everything, and that he needs to talk to somebody about that.
Okay, well, that's just rule of thumb, guys. Now, just send me a message if you guys have any questions or anything.
I brought up the whole thing about Snipe Selly being frustrated, and I didn't blame him, and that's how this all got started about Snipe Selly, because I thought it was kind of bullshit. So that's why we're having this meeting.
Well, the new plans for the squad, we're gonna be pretty much every squad is gonna be recruiting for it. I don't know who all he transferred. If we have any problems with who he transferred, I guess you can talk to me. if you want like any of those members back or anything like that. But we're going to be recruiting for that squad till I think we usually get them up to about like 40 or 50, and then they're basically on their own. They can start recruiting for themselves. But I guess that's the plan for now. I guess just try and get new people, new blood in there, and that gives the newer people a better chance to rank up within the clan. And it's a perfect.
They started their squad list and everything on the website and their their information.
I actually haven't checked the website yet.
I'm looking at it right here, and I don't see any anything.
If there is no new thread, I'll create one. I'll create a squad list and a meeting forum for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we good?
Pretty much it.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, guys.
I actually have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Not many of you guys know me, but I'm Dark Spartan. A couple of you guys have played with me before. This account here, this is Dittmer's son. This is actually my best friend. He's going to be my first recruit, so I do need to get him through the recruiting process. I don't know how to do that, so if anybody could throw me some info on that,
This is the best place to be for that, man.
Got him.
But if you really need to know, I could probably walk you through it if you want to.
Okay, because he's going to be
It's going to be exactly what I walked you through earlier, Dark Spartan, but we can go through it again. Just like
That's why I figured. That's why I figured. That's why.
Yo, guys, come on. Why don't you guys let Wheezy do it? He's the GIT of his squad.
What I was
Hold
going to suggest
on,
next.
guys. Hold on. Unfortunately, we're in a time punch here. This video is already 41 minutes long. We're gonna wait until it's over, and then you can go ahead and walk him through it. For the time being, I wanna throw a general quiz out there at anyone that wants to take it for the most part. But this is directly towards Wheezy at the moment. That way, if anybody else has any kind of wonders or wonders how it goes, a lot of people are kind of scared of how hard it is or whatever the situation may be. I will let everybody know that's watching this right now. These quizzes are never the same. So don't just study this and hope that you'll get by on the one you want to take. Make sure that you do go onto the website and study everything that's on there as far as the general duties and responsibilities are concerned. We're going to do this quickly. It's just going to be a little 5-10 question quiz. Just essentially what we do is we want to feel out how well you kind of know your position. And if it goes well, then you do have that quiz going for you. And then if any spots do open up or anything kind of changes, you are a front runner for pulling into that position. Everybody that's ever been in a general position does have to take this. So we do like to kind of throw out some different questions as to like situational and actual facts of what the position entails. So nothing gets too stagnant. It's always questions from all the higher-ups. So right now we have, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 in here right now. So we might do 2 questions from each or just kind of wrap it up short. Essentially, we're just going to bounce from one person to the other and ask a general question, and you have to answer it on your feet. How well you do on that question determines if you get a pass or a fail on the question. And then to pass the actual quiz, if it's a 5-question quiz, you have to get 4 out of 5. If it's a 10, you have to get 7 out of 10. All right. We're gonna start left to right. Does anyone else want to take this, by the way? All right.
Yeah.
I have a.
Gods.
I do.
Shut up, Lambert.
Sorry. I had to blow up. I had to exhale. But, Dangle wants to take it because I told him that I wanted them to take one next Saturday. But he wants to take it kind of as like a practice. It's like.
Well, he's already a general, so yeah. All right, First Lord.
I do have 2 guests here who have been sitting here in the living room behind me the whole time.
If you need to leave, you're good. I already went over you. You're good.
All right. Thank you.
Irish, what's up?
Same thing as
Okay,
him
let me
is
throw this out. If there's nothing that needs to be gone over with you personally, you can leave.
Am I clear to
I
go?
need to be here.
Nope, nobody needs to be here except for Wheezy at the moment and the higher ups.
Okay.
Wait,
See you.
Rebirth.
I'll be right back.
Legend, right?
I already said we're gonna go. Legend does have to be here personally. Yes, we'll go over that in a minute. I don't want to record that. We're gonna go into that after this is over. Okay. We'll start left to right. Bong, you're up.
Okay. Wheezy, how many people do you need to have in your squad before you start recruiting for other squads and you considered yourself a full squad?
Stop looking online and just answer.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll monitor the website.
Oh,
I'm. What was the question?
oh my god.
How many members do you need to have in your squad before you're considered to be full? And when you can start recruiting for other squads?
80 or 85.
Well, what is it?
Go on.
85.
There you go. Alright, Gutsy.
All right. How long do you have to be in the clan? Oh no, wait a minute, no. Yeah, how long do you have to be in the clan in order to become a general?
4 months.
Very good.
And what other item is tagged to that?
What do you say?
And what other thing is tagged to that? You have to be in the clan for so long, and
Need an XGU tag, and you also need to be or donate to the clan.
no, that's
You changed that.
Oh, well, you don't
Yeah.
really have to donate.
it
to
doesn't
them, but,
matter.
You know.
It's you need the XG tag. Okay, we'll continue.
You fail!
Jesus.
Alright, I haven't seen this ass in a while, so every position, private up.
Name the position for private up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold on, just clicking on a new thread.
Private first class, corporal, sergeant, master sergeant, lieutenant, 4321, and captain 4321, general in training, general, major in training, major, co-division leader, clan director, senior clan analyst, co-creator, creator.
Seems a little scripted.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a situation.
Whatever. No.
I'm gonna give you a situational. Shut up.
Listen, no, Weezy, listen, this is the ones that count, man.
I don't care. I'm giving you a situational because you can know whatever you want, and if you can't put that into a context, I don't want to use a general. Okay. This is completely situational, alright? Currently, your clan is struggling, or your squad is struggling. You're 55 people, and for some reason, you cannot get up any higher. You have a few spots that are open, and other squads are seeming to do extremely well. What would you do as a general to help your squad thrive?
You said my captain's lieutenant spots are open.
You have a few spots that are open. What would you do to ensure that your squad thrives? Does not matter. Does not matter.
All the other squads are thriving. So.
All the other squads are thriving?
Not yours.
Except yours.
Recruit. You want to see who can do the best recruit. Well, not the best recruiting, but you need to do recruiting as well as watch who you think can become a potential leader and fill those spots up as you're recruiting to make your squad thrive.
Guys, can I reply to this one?
Okay. What you would do as a general, okay, your first instinct right off the bat is all the other squads are thriving. That means that something is wrong with your squad. Now, I said your squad is failing, not it's starting to fail. That means for weeks upon end, your squad is slowly declining in numbers and or not rising in numbers, but no one else is having that problem.
Reboot.
So what you would do as a general, well, first off, you'd shut your mouth. What you would do as a general is you would first off contact your major and or major in training and explain the situation. Granted, they should already know the situation, but if not, then you explain the situation to them, and what they would do is they would look into the other squads, and they would look into your squad personally and see what the problem is. Then what they would do is they would transfer.
Training, right?
You would shut your mouth for 10 seconds. Major or major in training. What they would do is then they would look into the other squads that are obviously prospering, and they would see what the situation is between your squad and their squad. They would do what they're supposed to do as a major. I won't go into that personally, but right now I'm just kind of flowing with what they should do. Anyways, what they would then do is they would transfer somebody into your squad that is a good leader and is a good recruiter. and they would see if that sparks something within your squad. If that does, then obviously there's something personally wrong with your squad, and then yes, we would end up doing a reboot on your squad. Now, naturally, there's only 50-something people in your squad, so it's not necessary, but it is necessary to weed out the people that are offline and inactive. So what they would do is then decline your squad from the 50-some-odd members to probably around 30 of actually active members. And then what they would do is they would transfer more people into your squad that would actually be able to take your squad from this little shriveling, raisin into something that's actually able to prosper, and see if that helps. If that does not help, then unfortunately you are the problem. At that point, if your squad continues not to thrive, then what the majors end up doing is they end up doing another general quiz, and they would do what is called an interim general and or general in training to see what the exact problem is within that squad to help that squad thrive. So the answer, in short, is you would talk to your majors, they would help transfer some people in and see if that can kickstart your squad. You would not sit there and look at your squad some more and see if anyone's doing anything, because obviously it's stagnant and not doing anything. The worst possible answer you didn't give, which is do nothing, so I'm going to give you still a fail on that question, but at least you kind of, like you slightly hit the nail. You bent it, but you slightly hit it. All right.
As long as I hit it.
No,
All right,
it's still considered a wrong. So, okay, Bong.
Okay. Your jobs and duties as a general.
We'll hold your squad meeting weekly. Get on the clan tag at least once every 2 days, maximum. Wait, I probably phrased that wrong. You need to be on the squad tag. You know what I'm trying to get at, right?
You have to be consistent.
Yes. You need to post on the website how your meeting went, squad list weekly. And make sure that all your captain positions, captain and lieutenant positions are filled, and that everyone's doing their job below you, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah is not an answer. Anyways.
Damn it, God!
Bong, this question's up to you. Are you giving him credit for it?
You failed to mention activities, but I think you get like almost 75% of it.
Okay. Give him the 3 main points, Bong. When that question's asked, what he's asking for responsibilities and duties, you have 3 main responsibilities and duties as a general. Bong, continue.
You need to hold your activities, make sure all your positions are filled, and update on the website, and also sign into the tag when you have the tag information. Those are really the main things.
Yeah, as long as you hit on those, you're good, and your squad will thrive.
Let me reiterate it.
No, you're not restating the question, because you're obviously no. This is a quiz, this is not a debate. Gutsy, what's up?
Saying it to myself so that I
Well,
can
say it to yourself when you're beating off in your bathroom, not right now. Gutsy.
That's horrible.
No, that was funny.
Who can you demote without permission, and what's the highest rank? Like, what's the highest rank you can demote without permission, and what's the rank from there up that you need to actually demote somebody, that you need permission?
Second captain as a general, second captain down without permission, first captain with your major in trained.
Very good.
Permission.
And how do you demote a GIT?
Well, I thought only the major could demote the GIT.
That was the question, Gutsy. Thank you.
I said he cannot. Well, the general
Jesus
cannot.
fucking Christ. Okay,
I
thanks.
think what he meant to ask, who
Thanks,
can he
Gutsy.
demote without permission, and who does he need to ask permission for?
Alright, Jesus. Let's get this show on the road. Come on, Jesus.
Alright, I have kind of a two-parter. So, say you have a new recruit. He's been working his ass off. He's already a master sergeant. His like first or third day in the squad. He's really showing initiative. He has drive for helping the clan, and you want to see him at a higher position. But as said, he's only been in for about 3 to 5 days. Who would you go to, and name the chains of the steps that they take in the chain of command after that?
For what?
As in, like,
Bitch.
you want to promote him. You
To
want to
what?
promote someone who's only been in.
First thing you want to do is
anything
go to
higher
your
than a master sergeant. Hold on. Anything higher than a master sergeant does.
Whoa.
So you want to promote him.
So you want to promote him to a co-creator?
Well, no, listen. I'm talking about in his squad. All right, up to a GIT.
There we
Sorry.
go. Look at him using specifics.
All Alright, so specifically, name who you would go to, and then who they would go to, as in the chain of command from there. How the chain of command would work, basically.
I would go to the major training. They would in turn go to the major. He would in turn go to the co-division leader. In turn, division leader, blah blah. Clan director, senior clan analyst, co-creator.
Um,
I'm gonna just say that was entirely wrong.
The question was a little odd too.
Okay,
I mean, I can get
Jesus.
some music up if you want me to.
Jesus, continue.
what do you mean, like an answer form?
Yes, obviously he does not know this.
You would go to your major in training, or your major, and then they would have a discussion with the division leader or co-division leader, depending on who's in the position. And then they would have to give authorization. You don't have to go past that.
Yes, it would only go up to the people whose actual rank depends on what they can do. At a co-division leader and at a division leader, they have the authority. Holy jeez, they have the authority to overstep what is called, time in clan. Time in clan is dependent upon what rank you can get. At every certain rank, you have to be in the clan a certain amount of time. That way, we know for a fact that you have everything wrapped in your head that you can do the job specifically and do it correctly. The only way that can get averted or overstepped and letting them give you permission to put them into a position is to go through the proper channels, have somebody actually contact the person. They contact the person, see exactly what's going on. If they feel that that's an okay decision, and then the co-division leader will talk to the division leader or whatever the situation may be, and then they will actually give you permission. Yes, so and so can get promoted. Go ahead, and then that's when you would actually promote that person to whatever rank, as long as it is under a first captain. Jesus did not say this. I do not care how long they are in the clan for at a certain position. I don't even care if it's Elton John reincarnated and he sounds awesome. I don't care. They have to be in the clan at least a certain time before first captain and general are actually considered. And that's even with the skips. That minimum amount of time is at least 1 month. I don't care if it's whatever the situation may be. 1 month is the basic minimum for overstepping somebody's time, and that's for the first captain. If it's second captain and down, then that is completely up to what they go over, as a group, what they go over and they okay it. Then that's fine. Second captain and down.
Alright, so
Well,
I'd go to my major.
as far as the
would
major
go to
goes on that, what's the major's responsibility?
Major is the second captain down. He's the one that's supposed to still consult, but he can give the okay. That's what I said. Major's supposed to consult with the co-division leader and division leader, and then they can talk about it. Obviously you should never make a decision like that on your own, but in that specific instance, you do have the ability as a major to make that decision on your own. It's just never a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I just want to clarify for him, so he knows.
Well, I'd still rather him know that you still should consult until he gets up to that position.
Oh, I will consult.
All right. Anyways, Lambert. Okay, just to let you know, you can only fail one more question. You have 2 remaining.
Pass.
You do not get a pass, you twat.
I'll hit you with the.
Lambert, don't fuck me, man. Do not fuck me, Lambert.
Well, then gods will fuck you, man.
I was gonna say I'll give you 2 questions that I know you'll fail.
I'll ask you a question. How many meetings, unexcused, can you miss as a general before you get suspended?
None.
Oh.
What was that number?
He said none.
None?
Unexcused.
All right. No, be quiet. Lambert, go ahead. That's number 3. Lambert.
Keep lagging, guys.
He's not lagging. You just suck. All right, Lambert, go ahead.
General can miss 3. So 3 strike.
3 unexcused
like-
meetings.
Pretty much with everything, it's kind of like a 3 strike.
That is
3
why, if you
meetings.
were here earlier, that is why First Lord did not get demoted, because the 3-strike rule was never enacted. Once you miss your first couple meetings, you're supposed to invoke the 3-strike rule. You're supposed to be suspended. There's a first suspension, a second suspension, an indefinite suspension, and then that last suspension is immediately gone into review. Once you miss your 3rd unexcused meeting, you're supposed to be under review. Review is what we do exactly right here. First Lord was technically under a review. That's why I completely nixed it out of here, because he was never given his 3-strike rule. What we do is, on that third unexcused meeting, we all get together and go over exactly what's been going on and if it's beneficial for him to go ahead and get demoted. So the answer is 3, not none. Okay then.
I thought he said 9 for a
No,
second.
he said none. Apparently.
I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb.
Thank you, Gutsy.
I was
Okay.
like, oh.
All right, last question. You have to get this. Okay. Let's see.
Fuck.
Should I go situational or actual information?
Situational.
Technical information.
All right. Actually, I think I'm gonna go situational. Okay. Let's just say. This is probably not beneficial for you. Let's just say, as a general, you really, really, really want to go up to the next level of a major. Okay.
Hold on, you keep lagging. I heard really, really, really.
I'm not lagging. You're a liar. Okay. As a general, you really want to go to a major. What do you personally have to do as a general to get considered for becoming a major? So what is the perfect storm of events have to happen within your squad and within your personal rank to become available as a major, or major in training for that matter? What are the, well, let me clarify this. What, to be considered a successful general, what has to be at a certain level? Man, I can't say this without giving it away. What has to be at a certain level to be considered a good general?
Your squad needs to be maxed out. You need to make sure that you're doing all your duties, clan squad activities. You're updating your squad list weekly. You're holding your meetings weekly. My brain just kind of shot that out. I said, what did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
Holding your meetings weekly. That was the one you were on last.
You got about 3 more things you need to say.
Activities.
That's not it.
Activities, and you need to make sure that you have your XGU in your tag.
One more thing.
Do I hit it?
You said squad is active. That is pretty close.
This is, no, not even that. He's got partial. I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I know. That's
I'm
what
on the
I hit the
fence.
horn. It's part of his squad.
Wait,
being
at the
active.
horn.
Shut up!
A few more
You have anything
seconds
else to
here.
add?
And for 6 months!
Okay. I'm gonna.
6 months! 6!
I'm gonna.
10 seconds. I'm going to shoot him a quick little
I'm gonna-
message to inspire him.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna give you partial credit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fill you in. Okay. The biggest thing. You have to have someone to take over your squad. If there is no one to take over your squad, meaning you have not trained a successful general in training to take over the mess and heap and pile of shit you're leaving over, then you are not even considered for a promotion at all whatsoever. There are a lot of generals who are out there that do not even get a nod to becoming a major in training because they have not successfully trained an MIT to follow them and take over their squad. That is number one. That is the biggest thing involved completely. You can be the most poppin' happening squad in the goddamn world and not have a GIT to take over your squad, and you'll never become a major in training. Bong knows this firsthand. He was a general for way longer than he should have because his generals in training kept dipping out on him.
No, wasn't this my problem last time when I was a general for No Mercy and I had Ubernaut as my GIT?
Well, Ubernaut's a higher rank than you. Well, speaking of Ubernaut, he's demoted, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, okay, that's the question and answer. You barely got by on the skin of your butt here. But what we're going to go ahead and go into now would be XG Legend. Is he in here? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Essentially, there's a couple things that I wanted to go over with you personally, and this is going to be aside from the High Council meeting. But technically it is a High Council matter because I do want others' votes on this. But it has come to my attention, not only from other people, but from sitting and watching you personally for the past few weeks. Real quick, do you have a general in training?
I did. It was Nanny Gromer, but now he's Carbon.
He moved to Carbon 2.5 weeks ago. Do you even have a inkling on who would become a GIT?
I don't know, Nick, but I don't know what's up with that kid.
Okay, here's the situation. Your squad has not been progressing in numbers. Your squad has not been progressing in filling positions at all whatsoever. And I've been keeping track of every single individual position. I had somebody attend your last meeting and tell me word for word exactly what was said. It wasn't really even a meeting. It was, hey, what's up, guys? Here's what we're at. This is what's going on. Okay, we're done. You're not throwing activities. You're not holding squad events. You're not doing what a general should do, period. Not only that, your squad is not consistently on the rise, nor are you even posting online. You don't have a GIT. You're not even trying to remotely try and find a GIT. You're not contacting your majors. You're not contacting your major in training. We could have gotten you a GIT 2.5 weeks ago when Nanny
I
left.
can't do it all by myself, yo. These fucking kids, they don't want to do shit either.
You're the one that's supposed to be doing shit. You can't blame it on somebody that's a second captain or below you when you're not taking initiative to contact anybody to help you out. Not one time was Bong or Jesus or Gutsy or anyone notified that you needed help within your squad at all whatsoever. We cannot help you find somebody for your position if you're just going to sit there and act like you're not the leader of a squad. Not one time was Bong ever notified that you were looking for a GIT. Not one time was Bong ever notified that you were needing help filling positions within your squad. Because if that was the case, we could transfer people in. No one at all was. And not only that, the biggest tipping point, Nanny was doing all the work, dude. That's why he's a general in another squad. This is the part that is tipping me over the edge, because now I've come to realize, when's the last time that he posted on the website? Who just said that earlier? When's the last time a rebirth meeting was posted on the website?
Yo, I can't even get into the website, nigga. I don't even got like.
That is
a. None of them.
Well, then you create another account, because I have both of your accounts on the website. The last one being active 2.5 weeks ago, and your squad has not posted a squad list in months since you've taken
13th.
over. July 13th. Over a month.
My birthday.
I mean, that is
what I see
outrageous. Your squad specifically was thought to be damned by assassins, so we moved somebody else in there. Turtle. She didn't do shit. I don't know what the hell it is with your squad in specific, but everybody that gets over that squad, I mean, maybe it's just the turds that we're throwing in there, but no one wants to do anything. You cannot blame the success or the fail of a squad on lowers. I mean, you personally are the one that's supposed to be putting people in positions of power that are going to help you out. Not sit off and play all these games. It took an hour for you to get into our high council meeting because you were running fucking capture the flag with some kids that are banned. MEA is banned, and you know this for a fact because you were there when we banned them, when we had that battle against them, and they wanted to run their mouths for 3 damn days, and we finally played them and shit on them. I'm sure you forgot, just like you forgot that I sent you a message 15 times about a high council meeting. Obviously, your priorities are not with leading a squad. Your priorities are with getting your 50 and capture the flag. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, I already have mine. Everybody else in here, they don't have theirs, but they don't care because they're taking initiative to get something in the clan. I mean, you can't say that 50 and capture the flag is what is really throwing you off, because I got mine in heavies and capture the flag and still had time to throw meetings every single week. I get on the website every single day. I do everything, and I mean, shit, I have literally all this to take care of, and I do it all successfully. And yet you have so much less to do, and you don't even attempt to do any of it. And I mean, it's gotten to the point where, you know, you're Halo playing, and that's fine, I understand, but, you know, you have to kind of manage your time or give up one or the other. Because at this point, obviously, you're not multitasking correctly, or you're not trying. And it's more of the fact that you're not trying at all. Because when you're a GIT and when you're a lower rank, you know, you're actually attending the weekly meetings. You're actually showing up to different shit. Now you don't want to attend any of those. You don't want to do anything. And that's fine. I don't care. But I'm not going to damn a squad because the general's not going to do anything. And then when we confront him about it, he's going to blame a third captain or somebody else. Nanny Groomer got pulled out of that squad because he was the only one doing something, and he complained about it weekly. I have never seen a GIT complain about his squad more than I've seen Nanny Groomer complain about that. And he was right. He was getting fucked over in that squad because he was the only person doing anything in that squad, and that squad was still going downhill. So we put him in another squad, and that squad is already thriving. Already thriving. And I mean, I cannot say this more to anyone else than I did to Assassin. And you were his GIT at the moment. You knew exactly what was going on, and you said exactly that fact because it was between you. Were you his lower? Because you and First Lord were the ones that were up for general when I demoted Assassin. You knew exactly what was going on in that squad. You've never been transferred out of a squad. You knew exactly what was going on, and you said that you could lead that squad, and you have not done a goddamn thing in that squad. Now, I'm not going to sit there and demote you over it. That's fine. I am putting you on a 7-day suspension.
Yeah, I'm trying to recruit kids too. It's hard. I don't recruit BKs all day like these kids.
And they lead well. I mean, these BKs, I don't give a shit if they play the game well. Is this a competitive clan? If this was a competitive clan, you wouldn't be in it. I mean, no, I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's plain and simple, dude. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not going to recruit this kid because he sucks ass. I mean, that's not what we're in this for. It's really not. We're in this for a community clan, for people to hook up with other people so they can go play games that they like, not just Halo, but games they like. We are an Xbox community clan. If you don't want to recruit kids into your squad because you think they suck, and that's your basis of not recruiting anyone, I mean, I've sit there and looked at your numbers day after day after day after day, and they are consistently on the decline. And when Lambert or anybody else signs into your clan tag, because you sure as fuck don't, when they sign into your clan tag, there is no new recruits, there's no pending friend requests, there's no nothing. Because you do not have activities with your clan, you do not have events with your clan, you have 3 people show up to your clan meeting, talk about nothing, and then end it. I mean, what do you expect your clan to do if you're not going to sit there and do anything at all? Your clan is going to fail, your squad is going to go to shit, and then you're just going to hope that we transfer you somewhere else.
None of these fucking kids want to come to the meeting. Like.
So then get them to. Go recruit new kids. Talk to your major about helping. This is my main thing. When you guys are in distress as a general, you know, I told you this before you took over. We gave you the general quiz.
This spot is harder than some of the other kids.
I'm fully aware, and that's what we told you when you had the general quiz. If you're ever in need, I even asked Wheezy a question about it 10 seconds ago. That was my first question I asked. If your squad has 55 people and is sucking ass, what do you do? So, I mean, obviously you know this. I'm pretty sure I asked you one along the same lines. Not exactly, but along the same lines, and you answered it correctly. You go to your major in training, you go to your major, you ask to transfer some kids in that can help. You never do that at all. You just wait until we say, hey, what the hell's going on? And you say, hey, these kids suck. That's why my shit's going fuck. I mean, that's not what we do. You know, you ask for help, we give you help within your squad, and we can see if that can kickstart your squad. You don't just let it die, and then we ask you, hey, why's your squad dying? Oh, nigga, these kids suck. I mean, that's not an answer. That's you making an excuse for not wanting to do your job. So, plain and simple, I mean, you're going to be on the 7-day suspension, and you need help within your squad. I don't care if you want to ask for it, but right now I'm telling Bong, and I'm telling Jesus, and I'm telling everybody else, our main priority is to kickstart shitty squads. Unfortunately, you are spearheading a shitty squad, and there should be no reason for that. Rebirth at one time was one of the most literally jam-packed squads that we had. All the activity was in there, and then, you know, the general just decided to stop having events. Everybody chose to either quit or transfer, and then, I mean, it's just this, like, skeleton closet left of shitty kids who don't want to do anything. We're going to be doing a reboot on your squad again for the 3rd time. And if that doesn't end up fixing the situation, then we're going to end up closing it down. I mean, at this particular time and moment,
I was never in any of the reboots, the other reboots.
I'm not sure if you were or not. I think you were in the Assassin's reboot.
I wasn't.
Yep. Yeah, you were.
Either way, I don't care. This is the situation it's come to. You're the general now. We're giving you a reboot on your squad after your 7-day suspension is over. Next Saturday when we hold the meeting, it is going to be another live meeting, so you have to be there. I'm not going to sit there and message you 500 times while you're in Capture the Flag if you don't show up.
I was in every meeting for like 3 months straight.
I don't care. I don't care, dude. I really don't. When I ask you personally, hey, I need you in here because we're going over shit with your squad. If you rather choose Halo than your squad.
I've been here for 3 hours already.
Really? Because this video is 1 hour and 10 minutes long right now. That's 3 hours. You weren't in our Saturday meeting. You're just in our High Council meeting. Your concept of time must be as shitty as your squad growth. So, plain and simple, I'm leaving it at this. If this perturbs you for some reason, step down or leave. I don't have a problem with that. The exact same thing will happen whether you're here or whether you're not here. We're going to reboot that squad and hope we can kickstart it somehow. I mean, I'm just trying to suspend you rather than demote you so you can get it through your head that I'm being serious, dude. I want your squad to do the best that it can, and you still leading it. I mean, you're in this clan still for a reason, because I like you and I think that you can actually, continue your success within that squad. Obviously, you've gotten to the point where you either feel that you don't have to do anything, or you feel that because people in your squad aren't doing anything, that's not your fault. But, you're going to have to take, the spearhead on here and say that I did this wrong, I need to do this right to, to fix it and actually continue in a successful pattern within your squad. If you can't do that, then, hey, those choices are still available. I'm not suspending you to be a dick, and this is what I told everybody before we even started this, because you're not the only one that got suspended. I'm not suspending anybody to be a dick. I'm doing it to help you progress with our clan. If I was being a dick, I would kick you out. Plain and simple. I would do what I did to Boomer and say, hey, dude, you're not needed anymore. You're too much of a pain. Get the fuck out. That's what would happen. But I'm not. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to put people in your squad that can help you. I'm going to reboot your squad, and we're going to see what the problem is. I mean, if you're right and the problem is, shitty kids within your squad, we'll see that and we'll fix it. And then, hey, you could be the fucking leader of a squad that does so good. But you need to be, having these meetings and do activities. The only squad that has not done an activity in the past 5 weeks is your squad. The only squad that has not done an activity in the past 1 week is your squad and Aurora. And Aurora has been open 4 days. I mean, we have these tournaments every single week, and the only ones I ever see you showing up as is the ones that are clan-wide, and it's only you. I've asked the rest of your squad. I mean, you act like we don't have access to your clan tag. I got on it, and I messaged everybody, hey, when's the last time that this tag has messaged you? And about 4 or 5 people messaged me back and said, what do you mean? I never get a message from this tag. I mean, really, what the fuck is the only thing that I can say to that? You're supposed to be getting on that tag, every 3 days, and instead the only thing you're doing is, signing into it and bouncing back out? I mean, you can't just message kids on your legend tag saying, hey, get in here, we're having a meeting, and expect that to be good. That's not. Plain and simple. I mean, this is literally the minimum action I can take without fucking losing my mind. And I mean, the next step, I'm gonna follow the code of conduct, and I'm gonna allow you the maximum amount of opportunities that I can for you to be successful in this clan. But once I'm at the end of my rope, dude, I'm at the end of my rope. Plain and simple. Jesus.
Well, I remember when you did the first reboot of Rebirth, you're like, I'm never doing a reboot of it again if I have to at any point. I'm just closing it. And I'd like to suggest, I know it's a shitty option. No one wants to do it. No one wants to see a squad close. But I think that we should just send out a message.
Well, I'm going to, no, what I'm going to do first, it does not matter. What I'm going to do first is we're going to transfer some people in there. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to drop it here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer some people into Legend Squad and see if they can help him kickstart this. If that can't, and that's a situation that we are doomed, then I'm going to close it. But we're going to do a reboot. We're going to get rid of the shitty kids in there that's apparently lagging him down, because I want to get down to the problem. I mean, I don't understand what a reboot hurts, so Jesus, I don't understand your problem there, rather than just, you want to do it now, which I don't care if you want to do it now, frankly. I am for the benefit of squads right now. And Legend is a good leader. Everybody, that's why he's where he is. I don't care who doesn't like him in here. I don't give a shit. Personal vendettas, get the fuck out. I've already went over this with Exile and all them. Legend is where he is because I believe that he can be successful in that position if he actually tries. That's the problem right now. He's not trying at all. And if his excuse is he's not trying because the lowers aren't doing anything and he has inactive people in his squad, we'll take care of that. I have no problem with it. What is it going to hurt doing a reboot on a squad that is supposedly dead? Do the reboot, transfer some people in. If it's still dead, we shut it down. Whoop-de-doo. Bong.
My opinion on this too is I would like to see Dragon and Gutsy kind of work with him more too, so that way it doesn't necessarily have to get to this point. I mean, I know they're kind of both into their positions. They've been moving around, but I mean, that's kind of what I'd like to see as the majors work more hand in hand with those guys over in H4.
Well, even if you have to think about it this way, in order for Gutsy to be able to do his job, he has to know from Legend that something is wrong. I mean, I've been looking into this for weeks now. That is the only reason I know anything is wrong. But if Gutsy's not notified that something's wrong, he can't do anything. I mean, you knew that something was wrong in First Lord's squad because you had people, complaining to you. Whereas Legend, Nanny got pulled out of there to be the general of another squad because he was doing extremely well in his position. I felt that he was getting scammed. Therefore, no one else is going to complain because Legend doesn't promote anyone to any other position because he thinks they're BKs. I mean, this isn't a situation of who sucks and who doesn't. This is a clan event. If you think that they can become a good leader, put them in a fucking position and see how they do. If you don't want to ever give anyone an option or a chance to thrive within your squad will always suck and it will always be the worst squad that's in here, period. You need to give more people an opportunity. I mean, I don't understand, Legend, why you feel that someone can't do well at a first captain because they're bad at a game. I mean, frankly, the kids that suck at this game tend to be way better at recruiting and leading than the people that are actually good because they don't have pride in the way. I mean, there's a few of us that are actually really good at this game that can actually sit down and lead a fucking squad.
Nobody else was recruiting in my squad. I was the only
So
one
get them together. Hold a recruiting challenge. Hold a recruiting tournament. When's the last time you got on your tag and sent out a message saying, hey, we're doing a recruiting tournament. The first person that gets, this many recruits is going to get this position within the clan? Never. You've never done that. Get on the fucking clan tag, or ask Lambert to get on the clan tag. If apparently your thumbs are broken from signing into a different one, have him send out a message, hey guys, we're doing a recruiting tournament for Rebirth. In a week, whoever has the most recruits, we're trying to fill positions. If you'd like a position of power, whoever gets so many recruits is going to get that position of power. Then you actually see within your squad who wants to do something while we're pushing more people into your squad, and then all facets of the machine are working well enough to where we can see exactly what's thriving and exactly what's doing shit. I mean, we need to transfer people into there and help you recruit and help you lead that squad to see who the stinky shit is. That way we can scoop them out of there and continue to go the actual correct way. So that's going to be the end of this. That's what we're doing. Here in the next couple days, I want Gutsy. I want you working extremely close with Legend.
Done, finally.
So we can actually get this shit going. This needs to end. This has already been going on way too damn long. Gutsy, I'm telling you, you need to get with Legend. Get this thing going. Other than that, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Legend, for right now, go ahead, put on the suspension emblem, or the emblem. If you don't like it, I don't care. Right now, that's what we're end up going to do. 7 days. You cannot attend any clan events, any clan structured events, any kind of tournaments, anything of that nature, which really that shouldn't be any more off from what you normally do. But the only thing that's going to change is put in your motto that you're suspended for the current section. And I'm only going to tell you this once, dude. I'm not trying to be a dick. If you forgot about it, that's one thing. But I don't think you did. Stop hanging out with blacklisted people. I know that you were in a party with the MEA kids, and then you were in a party with the COG kids earlier. If they're suspended, just stay away from them, dude. I don't want to demote you over stupid shit like that. But at the moment, you're on thin ice, man. And I'm trying to help you out as much as I can. And you know I am, because you know that I can boot you right the fuck out. But I'm trying to see this thing, be successful. I wouldn't play with you if I didn't, think that you deserve the position that you're in. But this is what we're going to try and do, see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll go down a different path. Does anybody else have any questions, or can we end this thing? Do you have any questions?
What emblem do I put? There's nothing, right?
Your background is going to be the salmon. Just your background. Your regular emblem is going to be the same.
The thing I need to say is, Wheezy, you need to get a hold of me so that way we can get Dittmerson in here. That's the only thing I need to talk with Wheezy about.
Who's talking?
It's Dark Spartan. It's the one on the very left. He's on the Dittmerson tag. All right, Alien, any questions?
All right.
I'm good.
All right, Bong.
I was just talking to my dog. I'm good.
Oh, you're talking to your dog? You're so weird. Gutsy.
Oh, we just waxed the floor. I didn't want to get on there.
All right, Jesus.
Oh, no, wait, I had a question.
All right.
That's it.
What the fuck is a salmon?
So, am I going to be in charge of which people
Omega
I
order?
transfer over into the squad, or
I'm sorry,
am
one
I
more time.
going to be in charge of which certain people I transfer into the squad?
Yes,
or
you
will
are
I
going
be-
to work. You are going to work with the H4 division to put in kids in Legend squad that can help him recruit. Not necessarily to help him lead the squad, but it would be helpful if they were extremely good at leading and recruiting. That way we can see exactly what's going on, get that squad a little more structured. We're trying to pull this squad out of the toilet.
Okay.
All right, Jesus, questions, comments?
I'm all good.
All right, Legend.
How are you gonna do this reboot?
The reboot, we're just going to do it the exact same way we do all reboots. Anybody that's overly inactive, we're just going to kind of kick. We're going to send them a message, ask them if they want to be a part of it. If they don't reply, we're going to kick them. We're going to want to try and just get the active people in your squad. That way we have a good basis to start from. But that'll be over the next couple days. Lambert?
I'm still waiting for that picture.
What? Oh. we need to get first back in here then. Wheezy.
No.
Okay.
No.
And we are officially over.
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
shut up.
Yes, I do.
What?
I do want Bong and, well, First Lord's not in here at the moment, but Bong, and when First Lord does, I'm going to contact him. I do want y'all to help me learn my situational things, because it seems like I have the actual facts somewhat down, not as good as I could, but situational things, it seems where I need more improvement so that I can.
Well, if ever a situation does come up where you do have a question, you go to the First Lord. If First Lord doesn't have the answer, go to MIT and just proceed up the chain of command until it gets answered.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys, we're officially going to wrap this up. Thanks for attending the High Council meeting.